This is the Amazon 1 month overview reading for the month of December 2022. It's currently November 22nd, 2022, 7:21 p.m. Eastern Time. And the current price at the time of this reading for Amazon is $93.20. The overall theme and behavior for the month of December, we have 3 pokes through the same resistance level, followed by a sharp drop off of the 3rd poke. It's crossed with a notable reversal that would stand out on a at least a 1 month chart, but probably on a year-to-date chart. The behavior around the month's high, we have an unexpected move to the upside, a notable move. It'll stand out on a 1 month chart, but it'll be very unexpected. And then the behavior around the low, it looks like there's a cash out opportunity at a low. So for short position, a cash out. Well, there's a significant trade opportunity at the low, but the lowest low price level for December will take place within close proximity to a move higher through a resistance level that stands out on a 1 month chart, followed by a decline back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. And it's likely going to take place after like a high, some sort of prominent high within close time proximity to that. Before we go any further, guys, take a moment and support the channel. There's a ton of different ways you can do that. A bunch of links in the description below, but the most important way, the best way that you can support, guys, we're getting so busy with requests, I'm not able to keep doing like Amazon will not be out in January because it's been out in December. I need to rotate to be able to do all of these. So if you want to see Amazon in January, the way that you guarantee Amazon in January is that somebody supports the channel for all the free work that we're doing by going to the website tarotfortraders.com and ordering the $25 recurring subscription for order the Amazon subscription, and that way it's guaranteed to come out. Not only that, but the person who pays for that is going to get it ahead of everybody else. That's the only way really to guarantee you'll see it consecutively, because I just have too many things, guys. I got to pay bills and I got too many requests as it is. So in order for me to be able to do all of those tickers, I can't do them all every single month. Hope you understand. Let's check out October. October is looking pretty solid to me, guys. So we had a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time, and a prominent high that stands out on a multi-year chart. You could say that right there. Important price level is also highlighted, and you could say that price level is right here, this resistance that we had at about 121. So between this vertical line and this vertical line are all the candlesticks in the month of October. So the first day of October is this vertical line. The last day of October is this vertical line. All right. So end of a bullish trend on the 3rd. Looks like off by a day there, but we have a crest on the 5th, 6th. Looks like we had it there on the 5th, 6th, and then a decline on the 7th, or a prominent low on the 7th. That's a prominent low, and then we have matter of fact, there's a trough here. Hopefully I caught that trough, and that's on the 13th. So hopefully I caught that trough, and then out of that trough there's a big move to the upside, creating a peak as well. And then we have another high on the 18th, right smack in the middle of this. So we go from this prominent low to a high, and then it looks like I'm off by a day as far as the 14th being another high, and then on the 18th we have another high. So pretty solid there, followed by the lowest low for the month. The two places the lowest low could have been were on the 7th and the 27th, and I'm pretty sure I lean towards the 27th based on the theme card here. But the lowest low on the 27th looks like I'm off by just the day here. It ended up being on the 28th. So this is pretty solid. I'd give it probably somewhere in like the mid 90s as far as accuracy, maybe like 97, 98% accuracy. I'd have to go look at the actual recording. Somebody else does that for me. And they do it a little bit later down the road. But with that said, guys, that's Amazon for the month of October. Sorry, that's the October reading. Let's get back into the December. All right, so on the 1st, we have a rally higher, notable move higher on a 1 month chart standing out. The move to the upside offers an then there's a peak or a crest on the 2nd and a cash out opportunity, it looks like, with some sideways fluidity. Looks like we both have a peak a crest and a notable decline somewhere between the 2nd and the 5th. Yeah, a lot of price change somewhere between the 2nd and the 5th, it looks like. And then on the 5th, like we go from like a gap down over the weekend to a move higher. There's a move higher in there somewhere between the 2nd and the 5th. It's hard for me to see, but there's a lot of price movement in there, and there's also a notable drop. And then advised to be cautious on the 5th. Multiple false bottoms. There's a sharp drop coming. On the 6th, we have a decline. That's probably more than just Amazon shares, maybe like the sector. That decline is pretty notable, stand out on a 1-month chart. And then on the 7th, we have a big move to the upside. It looks like a big move to the upside on the 7th that ends, and that's the end of a rally as well on the 7th. But a lot of price movement to reach that end of the rally there on the 7th. I'm advised to open up protection towards the end of the day on the 7th. We've got that unicursal the following day, something to do with Congress. And it looks like we probably move from out of a low on the 8th, we push the upper end of a range higher, and then that's kind of like another high right there towards the end of the day on the 8th. We fall pretty hard from that peak or crest there on the 9th. So we've got a high somewhere between like the 2nd and the 8th, it looks like, and I'm leaning towards the 2nd or the 8th, but it could be anywhere in there. And then what we have is on the 12th, we have a resistance level that's highlighted. One of the 3 pokes takes place there. It's hard for me to determine if that's the 2nd poke or the 1st poke, but on the 12th, there's a poke through an important price level. And then on the 13th, notable decline throughout the day due to some headwinds, a merger, or some sort of decision between 2 leaders is highlighted. Maybe a little bit of a holding pattern, but at the end of the day, we do have a notable pop higher. On the 14th, we have a prominent low. This is one of the places that's most likely to have a lowest low, but I do not think that's the lowest low. My sense is that that's just a prominent low. On the 15th, we have a surprising move to the upside, and we meet we create a prominent high for the month as well. There may not be the highest high, but it's a prominent high. Hard for me to determine where the highest high takes place based on the information that I gathered here, but it could be on the 2nd, the 8th, or the 15th. And then the 3rd poke, guys, it's either the 2nd poke or the 3rd poke. I'm able to determine where 2 of the pokes are. So the second or 3rd poke, depending on if the 12th is the 1st or 2nd poke, the 19th is the 2nd or 3rd poke through that important resistance level. And there's a sideways fluctuation with a bearish trend preceding a rally. On the 20th, there's a rally that offers an opportunity to open up a short position. Looks like it's out of a prominent low. Another place that's very likely to be the lowest low for the month, but I think it probably is not the lowest low for the month. We have a rally that offers opportunity to open up a short position. So probably a gap down from the 19th to the 20th, and then we rally out of that low. I'm advised on the 20th to open up protection because we're going to go lower. On the 21st or the 22nd, we see another low, and that's probably the lowest low. I think probably on the 22nd, but somewhere between the 20th and the 22nd is the lowest low. And we have a U-shaped dip on the 22nd, forming somewhere near the intersection of 2 perpendicular diagonal trend lines. And then on the 23rd, out of a decline, we have a notable move higher from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. We have a significant reversal that'll stand out on a 1-month chart there on the 23rd. On the 20th, we have the 26th off, and then on the 27th, there's a resistance level that's highlighted. Quite a bit of price movement is covered to reach that resistance, and it looks like probably at the end of the day, we have a day's high and a prominent crest, followed by a decline off of that resistance that we meet there towards the end of the day on the 27th. We have consecutively lower spikes up on the way down, declining out of that resistance on the 28th. On the 29th, decline continues through a support level on a 1-month chart that would stand out. A support level that recently had broken down through once before, so within like the last 10 days. And then on the 30th, we have a fast sudden move higher. And a sneak preview of January. Looks like we have a selling from an overbought peak or crest. A sell-off from an overbought peak or crest. When we look at the January 1 year, January has a decline early on that increases with momentum moving forward in time, and then the price of the January low offers an opportunity to position oneself in both directions, but it takes place after a sharp drop. As far as trade opportunities, there's a cash out opportunity around the 22nd, around the 2nd. There's 2 swing trade opportunities on the 7th, one involving sideways rotation along key support on a 1-day chart at least, and the other involving 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend at least momentarily. On the 8th, 2 swing trade opportunities, one involving a sharp decline through multiple support levels on a 1-day chart at least, and the other one involving sideways rotation along key support, probably the same support that we saw on the 7th. And then on the 9th, a sharp drop off of a prominent peak or crest. Sharp drop, 2 swing trade opportunities there, one involving 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend at least momentarily on a 1-day chart, and then a sideways rotation is involved in the other swing trade opportunity, sideways rotation along a key support on a 1-day chart at least. Okay, and then it looks like probably on the 15th, when we have that big move higher after a prominent low on the 14th, around the 14th, there's going to be a big move higher, very within close proximity to that, to the upside, a very unexpected move. That's probably where the highest high is, on the 15th. It's most likely where it is. But I'd say the highest high is in the first 2 weeks. In any case, there's a trade opportunity there to open up a short position. Then I'd probably close that short position on the 22nd for a nice quick swing trade over just a week's time. But there's quite a lot of trade opportunity on the 3rd week. We have 2 swing trade opportunities on the 19th. Prints of discs, so sideways rotation along a key support level on at least a 1-day chart is involved in one swing trade, and then the other swing trade on the 19th involves a decline through multiple support levels on a 1-day chart. On the 21st, 4 swing trades, one involving 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bull trend on a 1-day chart. Another swing trade involving a decline through multiple support levels on a 1-day chart. Another swing trade opportunity there involving it's 4 swing trades between the 21st and the 22nd, it looks like. But the other 2, one rotating sideways along key support on a 1-day chart, probably on a multi-day chart, and then the other one decline through multiple support levels on a 1-day chart. Now it looks like those are the majority, but the juiciest trade I think is probably to open up a short position on the 15th and close that short position on the 21st or the 22nd. And that's Amazon for December 2022, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, my friends, make sure you follow that rule of karma. The whole point of me doing all of this free work is because I'm looking to spread good into the world. You're helping me to do that by following the rule of karma. If you don't follow the rule of karma, you don't deserve this information. And with that said, much gratitude to all those of you following the rule of karma. That's what this is about. Pay a little bit forward, a little bit back to the channel, and make sure whatever you spend that money on, you spend it out of love. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, guys, we're going to do a price levels Q&A. And for those of you that are interested, the original shuffle was recorded on November 9th. 2022. This is the Amazon 1-month overview reading for December 2022. It's currently November 9th, 2022, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently, a share of Amazon is $86.14 at the time of this reading. So we have 3 pokes through the same resistance, followed by a sharp decline off of that 3rd poke. That's the main theme and trend. All right, so questions and answers here. Is Amazon's lowest price level for the month of December 2022 taking place on December 22nd, 2022? Maybe. So is Amazon's lowest price level taking place? Is Amazon's lowest price level for December 2022 taking place on the 21st and the 22nd? Yes. Does Amazon's lowest price level appear at any other date other than the 21st and the 22nd? Of any other date of December? No. Okay, so looks like they're between the 20th and the 22nd. The 20th is the 20th of December 2022 a day where we see the lowest price level for Amazon in December 2022. Yeah, so there's two taps in there, guys. It's like between the 20th and the 22nd in there. Probably like one of them's on the cusp or in the like the post or pre-market, something like that, the extended hours maybe. But we've got our lowest low there in the 3rd week between there, like 20th and the 22nd. Is Amazon's highest price level for the month of December 2012? Is Amazon's highest price level for the month of December 2022 taking place on December 15th, 2022? Yes. Does Amazon's highest price level for December 2022 appear in December 2022 more than once? Yes. Do we see Amazon's highest price level in December 2022 taking place on the 2nd of December 2022? Yes. Do we see the same highest price level for Amazon in December 2022 taking place on the 9th? The 8th or the 9th of December 2022? I got a prudence card there. Is it taking place on the 7th rather than the 8th or the 9th? Yes. Is the 3rd poke, or is the first poke through that same resistance level as depicted by the sorrow card in the position? Does it take place? Does that first poke take place on the 7th of December 2022? Yes. Okay, so we got a poke there on the 7th, we got a poke on the 12th, and we got a poke on the 19th. Is the resistance level that we have these 3 pokes through in December 2022 a diagonal resistance? Yes, to the downside. All right, guys, so that's Amazon for December 2022. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.